Shark Tank India's season 1 ended 2.5 years ago, but how are the startups that pitched doing today in 2024? Well, let's find out, starting with PddFalcon, founded by Chirag and Sneha Visaria, and this is a stainless steel product company that sells over 300 SKUs, including airtight, leak-proof containers and child-safe stainless steel items too. Their brand emphasizes durability, safety, and eco-friendliness, offering consumers a sustainable alternative to traditional materials like plastic. During their Shark Tank India appearance, the founders were asking for 75 lakh rupees in exchange for 3% equity. But the Sharks expressed concern over their marketing strategy and low gross margins, which restricted their ability to scale the brand. So ultimately, Chirag and Sneha walked away empty-handed, but the exposure PddFalcon received through Shark Tank India was equivalent to between 5 and 7 years of brand building, according to what they told me, catapulting them into the spotlight and generating an overwhelming response. They were flooded with inquiries, calls, and positive feedback from consumers and industry professionals, and they even got a couple of investment offers too, which were much bigger than what they were asking for on Shark Tank India. So far though, they've chosen to stay bootstrapped in spite of this, due to how well the business is doing now. I asked Chirag and Sneha specifically about their financials, and they were incredibly proud to share that their annual turnover, which was 4.5 crore rupees at the time of the show, is projected to increase fivefold by the end of FY25, while also maintaining a 25% EBITDA margin year over year. Their net profit after tax is above 13%, gross profit is 30%, their CAGR is 80% year over year. They've got positive working capital and extensive capex too. Their top line is growing at a rate of 75% year over year, and they're developing 5 new SKUs every quarter. Oh, and they also showed me their Shopify data too. They've got 500,000 customers with a repeat rate of 22%. Their brand is incredibly well ranked on both Amazon and FirstCry, and they're giving genuine competition to the likes of Milton, Cello, and Borosel at this point. Now, while PddFalcon's Shark Tank India episode was incredibly popular when it aired and also saw a ton of traction on YouTube with 1.4 million views, this next company's pitch actually never aired. It was uploaded on YouTube as one of Shark Tank India's unseen pitches, and the founders revealed to me that they were never told why their episode didn't air. Their best guess is that their pitch was pretty straightforward. It was an insightful business discussion and didn't really have a lot of the emotional highs or lows that typically boost TRP. The company I'm talking about here is CaneBOT, which was founded by Kirty and Milind Datar with the goal of revolutionizing how sugarcane juice is produced and consumed in India. Their flagship product is the world's first fresh sugarcane juice robotic vending machine, which completely automates the traditionally labor-intensive and unhygienic process of turning sugarcane into juice. And before they stepped into the tank, Kirty and Milind actually watched every single season of Shark Tank USA, as they were huge fans of the show, but to their surprise, the Indian version was nothing like the American version of the show. So they were asking for 1 crore rupees in exchange for 2.5% equity, but the Sharks ultimately decided not to invest, expressing concerns about the founders managing too many different business verticals at once. They were juggling their pre-revenue B2B sugarcane juice vending machine R&D and B2C packaged juice for FMCG as well, and additionally, the Sharks found the price of 70 rupees per bottle to be too high for widespread consumer adoption. And what's really nice about this story is that the founders actually listened carefully to the Sharks' feedback and applied it to their business, choosing to discontinue their line of packaged drinks and concentrate fully on the thing that makes their business unique, their vending machines, which are fully made in India, by the way, in Pune. And this shift has been incredibly beneficial for them. They now hold 16 intellectual property assets, including 7 patents. They've also secured grants and equity funding totaling 2 crore rupees from the likes of BIRAC, IIT Bombay, IIT Ropar Venture Center, and they also recently won the prestigious National Startup Award in the category of Retail Innovator of the Year, and their market presence has also expanded with interest from the Middle East, Southeast Asia, Europe, and the United States. At this point, they've successfully commercialized their indigenous product, the CaneBOT vending machine, and they're projecting their valuation by 2026 will have reached 250 crore rupees, which is a pretty big increase from their valuation on the show of 40 crore rupees. Now, while CaneBOT chose to go the B2B route with their beverages, MAVI's Pantry went the opposite direction. Co-founded by Vikram Mittal and Meenakshi Banjdev, this is a fermented food and beverage company offering a number of different products, including artisanal organic kombucha. On Shark Tank India, they were planning on pitching for 1.5 crore rupees, but were advised to reduce their ask to 40 lakh rupees for 5% equity to increase their chances of securing a deal. However, most of the Sharks felt it was too early to back the business. Kombucha was still a nascent product category category in India at that point, and they also felt the kombucha's 6-month shelf life was going to be a major hurdle for them as a preservative-free product. They also questioned the product's pricing at 200 rupees per bottle, despite the fact that other premium beverage brands like, for example, Starbucks have no trouble moving inventory in India. Ultimately, Vikram and Meenakshi walked away empty-handed, but they were able to score at least one new customer. Piyush Bansal loved the kombucha and the fact that it was low on calories, and he even asked for some of it to be shipped to him and was open to potentially becoming an investor in the future if MAVI's made it big. And so ever since their episode aired, that's exactly what MAVI's Pantry has been working towards. They focused on rebranding and business development and expanded their presence to cafes, restaurants, and online platforms like Amazon. Their sales have grown by 2 to 3x over the last 3 years, and they've continued to be cash flow positive, although the founders have so far chosen not to draw salaries. Currently, MAVI's remains bootstrapped, choosing not to dilute their equity in the company in order to maintain their values of authenticity with no artificial colors, preservatives, or carbonation, and they recently started expanding into new cities across India and are on track to hit 1 crore rupees in annual revenue. MAVI's is a popular brand amongst health-conscious Indians, and this next company is targeting the same market, but instead of beverages, they're selling snacks. Let's Try is a company offering healthy versions of popular snacks like chips and crisps, cookies, and namkeen, among other things, and when they went on Shark Tank India, they initially asked for 45 lakh rupees in exchange for 2% equity, but after some negotiating, they secured a deal with Aman Gupta and Anupam Mittal for that same 45 lakh rupees, but for 12% equity instead of 2% equity at a 3.75 crore rupee valuation. The deal marked a pivotal moment for the brand, boosting their financial stability and positioning them for future growth, but this story does have a bit of a twist because after their episode aired, Let's Try decided to not raise money from Anupam Mittal, feeling that an investment from Aman Gupta aligned more closely with their objectives. Since their appearance on the show, Let's Try has seen exponential growth, achieving over 50 crore rupees in annual revenue. They've expanded their product range and market reach, building a strong brand presence in the healthy snacks industry, and they've also raised more capital since their Shark Tank India appearance, although the amount is undisclosed. But these funds have allowed them to reach a valuation of more than 200 crore rupees, which is more than 50x the valuation that Aman Gupta invested at. So he's well on his way to seeing a solid ROI if he's still holding on to that Let's Try stake. Now, so far in this video, we've looked at healthy snacks and kombucha as well, but this next company is actually doing both, along with a bunch of other stuff like treats for pets, wellness products like skin and hair oil, and even protein powder. India Hemp and Co was founded by Jayanti Bhattacharya and her sister Shalini, and their focus is on creating hemp-based nutritional products. Hemp is often misunderstood due to its association with cannabis, but it's actually a superfood with numerous nutritional and medical benefits. And on Shark Tank India Hemp and Co was asking for 50 lakh rupees for 4% equity at a 12.5 crore rupee valuation, but unfortunately no deal was finalized. While the Sharks did appreciate the potential of the product, they expressed concerns about the market's readiness and the lack of a clear hero product. Despite this, the show provided invaluable exposure for the brand, helping the company educate the Indian public on the benefits of hemp and dispelling myths surrounding it. Since appearing on Shark Tank India, the company has experienced significant growth. Revenue doubled immediately after the episode aired, and India Hemp and Co became the first hemp brand to enter retail shelves across India, including partnerships with Nature's Basket and other top stores. However, in spite of this, the brand has since shifted focus to a D2C model, allowing them to better serve customers across the country, and their product range expanded to include topical hemp-based oils and India's first hemp drink, Hembucha, launched in 2023. And coming back to the Sharks for a second here, Namita Thapar has been particularly supportive of India Hemp and Co after the show, mentioning the company in her book, The Dolphin and the Shark, highlighting the founder's journey and the brand's potential. This endorsement gave the startup even more credibility, helping them to secure grants from IMB, NSR Cell, and Navik without giving up any equity. With their plans to expand into CBD, they now hold a license to sell CBD in India, positioning the company as a major player in the wellness space, and also now too, with Himachal Pradesh legalizing hemp, India Hemp and Co has become an attractive prospect to investors and has also caught the attention of Indian FMCG brands. Alright, if you want to find out how other Shark Tank India Season 1 companies are doing today, click on the link in the top right corner of your screen and I will catch you in the next one.